Hey guys, you know, it always feels great to get some of these projects checked off the list, but what does not feel great is when you put projects back on the list because of something that you could have prevented. So anyway, I'm here at the Commodity Bay shed cover, and I'll show you what happened. The other night we got a load of something, barley screenings or whatever, and I was putting up the top and I couldn't really see. It was real dark and dusty, and we put chains on this cover to limit how far it goes up, and mainly just to hold it in case the wind would blow, that it doesn't like kind of rip it over the back. But what I didn't realize is the chains are a little bit too short, and there's a little bit more stroke, hydraulic cylinder stroke, after the chains get tight. And what happened was I wasn't watching, and I put the top up and the chains got tight, but I didn't realize that what was happening, and I kept pushing on the cylinders a little bit and it buckled these trusses. Let me show you. All right, so you can see here, this member right here is all buckled. This one here is real bent. Can't really see it from the side here, but it's kind of like bent off to the side. See that? And the same thing happened over here. This one's not quite as bad, but you can see that member right there is kinked over, and this guy is bent pretty good right there. So we need to get this fixed, and I'm not sure we want to put it up with these trusses like this. I think that if they would continue to bend, then the whole thing could come down. So we need to get these fixed up before we get our next load, and that could be tomorrow. So I just got this call that we could get a load of some commodities tomorrow, and I thought, you know what, we better get this fixed. Otherwise, I think we could have a bigger problem if we try to put this thing up with those trusses bent like that. So let's get at it. Back on the list. All right, so I'm trying to think of the best game plan here. I think first thing is to get that cylinder out of the way, and then we'll see if we can straighten this out a little bit, and we might have to weld in a new piece, especially that one up there that's real kinked like that. All right, so I just went and got the skid loader. Got the skid loader here. I hooked up the hydraulics, and I pulled down on the trusses to put the cylinders all the way to the fully retracted position, and that actually pulled it back into place a little bit. So I think maybe we'll just let it hold it right there, and then we'll see if we can do some straightening like this. All right, first thing we're going to see what we can do with this ratchet strap. The nice thing is that there's these loops on top of the concrete blocks that we use to move the blocks around, but they're also great anchor points for pulling against. Looking pretty good. It's almost straight now. Now we got that bottom member pretty well straight. I'm gonna see if we can get this top link straight. Maybe we don't even have to cut these out. That would be ideal. So let me see. Put a little more pressure on this top guy. These axle straps work out pretty good. You can't really put a chain around the pipe, otherwise it will kink the pipe. So we already bored up a pipe before trying to do that, so Let's see here. All right, let's try that. Got our chain up here. See if we can pull it a little bit. Sorry. I wasn't sure if you were coming back or not.
Yeah, I was on the phone when you asked me.
Yeah, that's better. Maybe I'll pull a little bit up higher yet. Pull here because this bar has just a little bit of a kink that way, so I have it the bottom connected over there. We're gonna see if we can pull this one a little bit. Can you see what's happening over there? Does that look like it's straightened that other bar out? All right, we got that first truss pretty straight, and but the problem is that it's just not strong enough as it is, even when it's straight. So we're gonna weld in a couple more members to try to beef it up, a little bit more triangulation. And so I'm gonna run up here and grab some tubing. We picked up some tubing the other day for this project. So run up to the shop here, grab that, and then we'll put those pieces in. I got this end if you want to hang on to that end. I think that's okay, because if we come down to the string, yeah, we'll just have to make it work. Can you kind of put that end?
I think it might need to go up. Never mind.
Okay.
Yep, it's good.
All right, well, we're still at it. We're running out of daylight. I got called away a little bit, but I'm back at it now. So we're welding in this cross brace. It's going pretty good, but still at it. So yeah, out working the sun today. That's most days, I guess. Got my trusty lights on the truck here. These things work awesome. I love having them on there. Like I said, most days, just because the sun goes away doesn't mean we're done working. So these lights are been pretty awesome because it just lights up the space so we can get our job done. Stop for a little fuel break, the engine drive around on a gas again. The other day I only put a gallon or so in to get us going, so got her filled up now. Back at it. All right, we started on the second truss. We're trying to straighten this one all out because it was all bent. So right now we're trying to bend this guy back. It was kind of bent over like this. So we got this strap on here under the bottom side, and we got this one on the top side. We're trying to pull it like this. but it has this strap, bing, pretty tight. So tight that Jaden can walk on it. See if you can do it with no hands. Steady. All straightened out. All right, we got the second truss all straightened out. We got our marks up there, and we're gonna cut some tube, and then we're gonna call it a night for tonight. And we'll have to finish this up tomorrow because we're running out of day. All right, it's the next day, and we got her all welded in there. You can see we got this truss done. We got that truss done last night. So we just need to adjust the chains yet a little bit. We don't want to forget to do that since that was the reason why we had this problem in the first place. But I think we're all set. We got a load of corn coming today, so we should be all ready, I think. Got a little bit of a sloppy mess out here. It was like kind of icy, rainy last night, and got everything pretty wet. All right, so the other thing that's been going on here at the farm lately is that we have some sick pigs. We actually have a lot of sick pigs. So, you know, we're just getting little pigs in right now. We're almost done filling. Next week, I think we'll be about done filling all the barns. But in the second barn, the pigs started to get kind of sick. So it looks like we have a virus that gives them diarrhea. And on bigger pigs, it's not such a big deal. You know, it makes them feel a little bit off. But on little pigs, can be more of a problem. So we're doing our best to try to care for those pigs, but because it's viral, we just have to let it run its course. So we're trying to keep them as comfortable and keep them eating as much as possible to help them stay strong enough to make it through it. So some of the smaller pigs we have on wet feed. So for the wet feed pigs, we've been adding in this Nextine product. It's an energy and hydration booster, so that when they eat the wet feed, they're also getting a little bit of boost of energy and helps them stay hydrated. So we're gonna get this mixed up. We'll feed this wet feed pen in the first barn, and then we'll make our way through the barns. We have this bottle filled up that's graduated, so I know how much to put in because we're supposed to mix 5 ounces per gallon. These guys are looking a little bit thin. Looks like they've been eating this wet feed, so that's good. Again, we just got to try to keep them eating, keep them drinking, so they can get through it. They also have the pan cleaned up, so that's good. Want to keep it coming to them. Oh yeah. You guys ready for this? Not feeling so good, huh? So one of the other things that we would try to do is any pigs that look like they're falling back or getting a little weak, we want to pull them out, put them in a pen with the smaller guys so they're not getting banged around. I see one little guy in here, looks like I'm gonna pull him out. so we're trying to make sure we get through the pens as much as possible. Sometimes just walking through the pens gets them up, and generally when they get up, they go and drink a little bit, go get something to eat before they lay back down. So just moving through the pen and stirring them up a little bit can be helpful. So by looking at the pen, you can see that these pigs have a little bit of diarrhea. There's like some loose manure here that you see around the pen. Seeing some spots where it looks like the pigs, this looks like a pig maybe threw up here. Coming out both ends a little bit. So this sickness is passed through the manure, so trying to make sure that we're cleaned off as quick as possible before we go to the next barn. Doing this out here because it kind of makes a mess in the utility room if I try to spray my boots off in there. Kind of packs up in the tread of the boot, so I have to try to get it squirted out of there. All right, so that is the oldest pigs that we have here in this barn here. And next I'm gonna go down to the pigs that we just got, the youngest pigs that we have. And those guys aren't sick yet. So one of the big things that we're trying to do is not spread the sickness from barn to barn. It's almost impossible not to eventually do that, but we're gonna do our best to try to slow it down as much as possible. So I brought some clean coveralls. I'm gonna put clean coveralls on, and we'll wash off our boots down here again and disinfect them. And that way, hopefully we're not gonna track anything from that barn into the next barn. So we have these dip pans at all the barns. This is a disinfectant solution in there. Just to try to kill anything that's coming in on the boots. Got a little bit left over from last time. We're gonna try to use that up. Add some hot water to it. We like to give this with warm water. Seems like it's just a little bit more attractive to them. So this barn, you'll notice that we don't have any heat lamps in here, and that's because we have a different kind of heating system. See these tube heaters? This is a radiant heating system, and so instead of a hot air system like the other barns, this is radiant heat, and it radiates down in this area. That's why the pigs like to lay all at the front of the pens here. Keeps them nice and toasty. The radiant heat also warms up the slats, so the slats themselves actually get warm, and the gates are warm, so we don't have to have heat lamps. I just dump out the leftovers there, see if they'll still eat some of that. Looks like they're eating this pretty good here too. That's a good sign, so we'll keep it coming. So these guys, on the other hand, didn't really do a good job finishing that up, so I'm gonna put some of it here. But we'll give them fresh, that way, starting clean. not gonna mix up as much this time. See if they clean it up. So because of the radiant heat in this barn, we don't have mats. So we just put our feed down right here on the wide part of the slat. So we call it slat feeding in this barn, not mat feeding. All piled in the corner. I don't know why they'd like to do that, but what are you guys doing in there? So this is not a good sign. See this? Looks like they're getting a little loose over here too. So this little guy looks like we need some extra help. We're gonna treat this guy. He just looks a little bit off. Nobody likes shots. Looks like some more of it here. It's not good. So that guy was laying under the water there. That can be a sign that they're running a fever because they want to lay under the water to try to cool off. So treated him also. So unfortunately, the reality of having livestock is that sometimes we lose some. So here's one that didn't make it. So we have to get him out of here. All right, one more barn. So I'm a little concerned that we're seeing the sickness show up in this barn too, but we'll get through it. Get the lights. So this is the barn where the sickness showed up first, and I think they're actually getting through it pretty good because it seems like they're coming around now. just saw that pig throw up. Gross. Now his buddy's laying in it. Okay, that's it. So we'll see. I think this barn is looking better. I think they're coming through it. But I think we're doing all we can. It'll just take some time. All right, we're back here at the scrapyard at the recycling center. And this is exciting, so I had to just tell you guys. I absolutely believe that the Lord is going ahead of us and working things out for our good. He's doing it all the time. And it's just amazing to see how the little things are put together ahead of us for our good. Look at this. Came over here. You know, it's a scrapyard, so you're looking for stuff, and it's not like they have stuff in stock, you know. They had the exact right pipe, the exact length, almost the exact length, just a few inches longer than the length, cut lengths I need. And the exact number. Actually, I got one extra because I just took it because that was the last of the stack. But that's so exciting. This is all the pipe that we need to finish our fence in the barnyard. And look at it. It's like almost new pipe. It's perfect. Exciting. So somewhere, little beknownst to them, somebody scrapped this pipe. It was extra for them. They didn't need it anymore. Sold it to the scrapyard. All to work out for me. Isn't that awesome? All right, all loaded up, we're headed back. You know, sometimes it just feels really good to have something work out, you know? It's been pushing pretty hard lately here, and I don't know why, it just felt really special to me that that thing with the pipe worked out. So, thanks, Jesus.